Good evening, folks, and welcome to the iRacing Warriors League Cup Series here at Fontana, California for the Auto Club 160. I'm your host, Rick Souza, and joined here in the booth by my co-host, John Drudris. John, what do you think?
Yeah, Rick, it's going to be a fun night here, or fun day, rather, in California. This track is known for its high speed. It's a little bit of a high bank, and also for sliding out of the corners, which is something that we are going to cover for sure tonight on the broadcast. So tonight you got a nice field of drivers here in the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz League running these Cup cars. You're looking on board at a very familiar number 40 paint scheme of Jeff Nani out of Newcastle. He's looking to put up a strong time as he's actually leading the leaderboard right now and qualifying well. As soon as I said that, Murgaard knocked him off. Let's see if Barletta just knocked Burgard off, and Nani was only able to improve his lap time by 1/100th of a second. So right now, Harley Barletta actually leads the field with a. Oh. I'm just gonna shut up, Rick. Howell now leads the field with a 41.48. So these times are getting beat time after time after time, and I expect this to be a very high-speed event in Auto Club.
It should make it certainly for an interesting race. We've got a good blend of drivers here, some with some great experience and others as they're learning this whole this iRacing driving ability. So we'll see how it goes. We've got about a dozen or so drivers to watch tonight here for the iRacing Warriors League event, and we'll keep you up to date. We're almost done with qualifying. Got 6 guys who have posted times on the tower, but we'll be going green shortly.
Yep, and it looks like we got Ritter going to come around turn 4. Let's see what kind of lap time he's going to put up, with the field only being separated by 0.3 of a second right now. So Noah Ritter heading to the line. He is going to run a 41... Or my bad, a 42.39. Maybe he was just getting his tires all warmed up. But we will see. It looks like he's going to back it down, actually. And that is probably the end of the qualifying run for the number 20 there of Noah Ritter. So Ritter almost a second off, but don't look too far back. You got Paul Valenstein right there in that number 88 machine. It looks like it's number 88 on the track. Actually, number 89, rather. It's number 89 on the track, and he's looking to get a nice turn 4 exit right now. Let's see what time Paul posts here with just 20 seconds left of qualifying. Paul up to P6. P6 Paul, that's what I'm going to call him for this race. P6 Paul. As long as no other cars knock him off. We do have one more car that is making their way around the track right now. It's Brad Previtt out of Tecumseh, Ontario in the number 9 machine.
Oh,
that's it.
That's unfortunate. Qualifying time expired before he could get a number on the board, but then again, we're set. So while they're getting gridded up, I think if you want to go through your, let's talk about the race info and what's happening here at the Auto Club.
Absolutely. So it's a nice warm day here in, well, kind of average day in California, but that track temp is over 120 degrees. So it's very hot, going to be very slick. And right now we have 80 laps for this Auto Club 160, 1 quick repair, 3 sets of tires, and 55% fuel. By my calculations, you can go roughly about 25 to 28 laps on the tank. So obviously, you know what that means. That means multiple pit stops here tonight in the Auto Club 160. So we got a little bit of money on the line. You got bragging rights on the line here tonight for the IWM League here, the Cup Series. And we should be gridding up, and we should be getting them on the track here in under a minute. So don't want to miss this start of the race, guys, as you have your leaderboard already up live with only a few drivers qualifying. About half the drivers did, half the drivers didn't, led by Christopher Howell there with a 41.4. Harley Barletta is your P2 starter. Travis Mergard is starting in third. Jeff Nani starting in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 tonight in the Auto Club 160 is Brandon Barrier.
In 6th position, you've got Paul Valentine. In 7th, John Ledger. In 8th, Brad Previtt. In 9th, Noah Ritter. In 10th, Elliott Swope. In 11th, Eric Olva. In 12th, Mark Feeney.
So that rounds out, and you got Michael Carpenter there starting in P13. But that rounds out your starting field tonight for the Auto Club 160. So these drivers should be making their way onto the track right about now. Looking at the pace car driver, he looks like he is about to drive away, and there he does. He is on his way, and we are going to get this time by will be the green flag. So make sure you got to kick your car in gear there, sir. Alrighty, so the field is on the track. They're going to make their way around turn 1 and 2, then turn 3 and 4, and then we'll get the start of this race. And while they are going around, Rick, I want to give you my 3 keys to win this race. Number 1, tires. Manage your tire wear. It's going to be a major battle trying to manage all of the tires here at Auto Club. It is known to be a track that eats up tires, so pay attention to your tire wear. Number 2, I'm going to call this fishtails. What I mean by this is that coming out of turn 2 and coming out of turn 4, the back end of your car will want to go around. So pay attention to your car's balance and where you are on the track. And number 3, long run strategy. I believe whoever has the best long run strategy here will win this race, and will win this race by a good margin. I don't think it'll be a close battle unless we get a caution with about 5 to go. That'll stack them up for a restart. But Rick, it looks like these guys are about to exit turn 4, and that pace car is about to drop off.
He is. We're about to get underway here at Fontana, California for the Auto Club 160. Pace car is off.
He is off. The race is on the flag man, not on the leader, and we have green flag conditions at Auto Club. This is the start of the Auto Club 160.
Clean start. Let's see how we make it through turns 1 and 2.
Yep, you got 2x2x3 actually, with Valentine going to the middle of the track between the knee, and Barrier gets loose. Retta gets loose. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Some fishtails there, Rick. So a lot of these cars getting a little unsteady out of turn 2 now. You got to make sure to not overdrive your corner going into turn 3 and 4, because the car will do the same exact thing.
We're keeping an eye on the tail end of the field a little bit here as we work our way up. They are 2x2, crossing the stripe for the start of lap number 2. They all basically made it mostly out of trouble. Once they can get some heat in these tires, that should help them a little bit in getting stable and getting around here. Surely there's some jockeying for a position with that number 5 car of Michael Carpenter.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a jockey for position there, as you have Valentine and the number 19 of Ledger battling off the corner now. And everybody's starting to be a little bit more single file on back. The 73 and the number 9 are side by side right now. But as the race is going on, you got Christopher Howell leading them around with Mergard in second, Barletta in third, Ledger in fourth, and rounding out your top 5, you got Paul Valentine.
John Ledger has been taking that high line already. Little concern as he went through 1 and 2, but he certainly has found that's his line, I guess.
Absolutely, and we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the race. But right now, you got a 3-wide battle coming on. Oh, it was going to be 3-wide, but Carpenter decided to not take it 3-wide, going to the outside of Jeff Denis there. So Brandon Barrier, Jeff Denis, Michael Carpenter, and the 73 machine, they are all battling right there with Howell leading them around, coming on lap 4. So
3-wide.
Yep, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about going 3-wide. Carpenter is running that Kyle Larson line with that Kyle Larson number 5, and he's going to give Denis a big push down the backstretch as Denis tries to say, hey, Brandon, I'm here, buddy.
There's a big battle at the back of the field, and let's not lose sight of the fact that
whoa, 58's a little loose. 58 was a little loose there, 3 wide on the front stretch. But yeah, let's not lose battle of that front running pack right now, Rick. Very close together between first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Basically all underneath a blanket right now.
Good racing here at the front between Christopher Howell, Travis Mergard, Harley Barletta, and John Ledger. And Paul Valentine. They're all bunched up in the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like that number 19 of Ledger has a run on the outside. Let's see if he's able to carry the momentum as Carpenter is now in P6. He passes Jeff Nani there for that position, and he's going to try to do a slide job, but not too close behind him. But looking at the battle right now, it is between the 8, the 83, you got the 19, 81 rather. They are battling side by side by side. Basically 2 packs have formed right now.
They sure have, and that's a very back at the tail end of the field. That's a solid pack of 5. They're battling tightly. Same at the front. It's wow, just a lot of the change of positions is intense here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is intense. And looking at it right now, looks like that number 81 machine of Barletta has moved his way back up into P3 as they still decide what kind of position they want to take just 7 laps into this 80-lap event. We are already 10% of the way through, everybody watching. So don't miss a beat because these laps are going by fairly quickly at Auto Club. So right now you have riding on board there with Christopher Howell. He's in P1. And he's going to get a heck of a push from the 6 because of that draft. And he blocks. 88 blocks down the 6 of Mergard there. He's definitely saying, hey, I'm not going to let you get to my inside because if you get to the inside, I think you will pass me. So right there you had a block by the number 88, but still that run by the 6 is going to be massive coming off of turn 4, going into turn 1. And very reminiscent of what you will see at Indianapolis and the IndyCars, Rick. They are dodging and weaving, trying to break that draft.
Yeah, they are definitely taking advantage of every possible part of this track to get an advantage over their competitor. You saw them dive down to that apron and then come back up. That can't be good on the tires, and from what we can determine with this 55% fuel, that a fuel run looks to be...
Whoa, little contact between the 6 and the 88.
Yeah,
that 6 did not really, 6 kind of slid up into the 88 there, and they made some contact, and that's going to push the 6 back to the 4th position more than likely after this outside lane decides to motor on by. But as you can see, there's really 3 lines being formed right now. You have the 6 right in the bottom, you have the 88 kind of diamonding the corners, you have the 81 and the 19 all the way up in the high line. So multiple lines can be run here at Auto Club, and that's typically what you see here.
So we're at lap 9 of a scheduled 80 here at Auto Club. As I was saying earlier, in talking with these drivers, they're thinking anywhere between a 25 to 30 lap run is all they'll get out of this fuel cell that they've got. Only 55% fuel for this race. So we should see a number of, if it goes that way, green flag pit stops.
Yes, we should, and the key number there is 25 or 28. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly what strategies unfold because technically, if you can go 28 laps, you actually could be 1 lap to the good or 2 laps to the good compared to other drivers if they pit on lap 25. So kind of like a Formula 1 race, a 2-stop or a 3-stop strategy. I'm looking to get as much fuel out of this thing as I can. Try to go as 28 laps. If you go 28, you're going to be left with about 2 laps of gas left at the end of this race. So if I'm these leaders here, if I'm, Barletta in second, Ledger in third, I'd try to string out as long as a run as I can. So on that second green flag stop that you have to make, you can be good to the end.
All right, so we are at lap 11 here at Auto Club. The field is kind of broken up a bit. got that lead pack group of approximately 4 cars, and then behind them you've got the pack of Carpenter and Valenstein who have made their way up, try and catch, and behind them there is a fierce battle going on between Jeff Nini, Barrier, Feeney.
Yeah,
It's a wild ride back there.
Yes, it is, and they're almost going to go 3 wide again. Very intense battle going on for 5th on back, 6th on, or my bad, 7th on back rather. Very tight racing between those 4 cars as you're looking along at them right now. Like I said, you have 3 distinct lines being run by all these drivers here tonight. You have on one of the inside. Oh, car on the wall. Car in the wall there. I believe that was
the 73 of Feeney.
73 of Feeney. He did get up into the wall. So a very interesting battle brewing between all of these drivers here. But Rick, don't look too far back. But Howell and Barletta have checked out from P2 and P3. Murgaard and Ledger continue to battle side by side, and that's just letting these leaders pull away.
Yeah, they've broken out to nearly a full second and a half between 3rd and 4th. But we're pretty early here in this event, 13 laps in of a scheduled 80. So, if this goes green all the way, that's one thing. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But it'd be pretty interesting, pretty awesome to have a full green flag race. It's rare to have a full, no caution race here on iRacing or in any form of racing. So it'd be very interesting and rare to have that happen on this occasion. And as hard as these guys are battling right now, Rick, I highly doubt we're going to end this race with no cautions, especially with some green flag stops on some fresh tires. You know how those drivers try to get on fresh tires. They try to get as much as they can, and sometimes they take a little bit too much and spin out coming off the corner. So we'll see. But as of right now, we have been green for 14 straight laps, folks. We should be getting into the pit stops here in about 10 to 15 laps. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss a thing because green flag pit stops will be coming around very shortly.
So they've got 3 sets of tires that they can put on these cars. So you do the math, potential. You've got that first pit stop at 28, second at 56, and you've got 1 set of tires to the good if there's a green-white checker at the end, or you got to come back in. So it's all about planning, I'm guessing, with these drivers to anticipate how their pit strategy will be.
Absolutely, it will be, and we'll see how it plays out for the front 2 leaders right now, because Howell is going to use much more gas than Barletta, and that's going to play a major role into this strategy. You never know. Maybe Barletta's able to go around 1 more or 2 more times because he's been in the draft of that 88 the entire race. So we will see how this plays out here in about 10 to 13 laps. That is the fuel run that they have left on this stint. But right now you have basically a 7-second gap between 1st and 10th, and 3rd, 4th, 5th have all spread out. You have Nani now passing Feeney, and the 88 and the 81 are all tied together there. So look at that pack. It's now formed the 5 cars, Rick. This is going to be a little bit dicey as these tires start to wear very quickly now.
It sure is. In fact, as we were saying earlier, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and really 6th, it just basically...
Oh, car on the wall again.
That was I think, the 73 of Mark Feeney. So Paul Valenstein.
Yeah. You got cars slamming the wall all over the place. That could be the product of just the air that is coming off of these cars right now, maybe a little bit undrivable coming off the corner and going down the backstretch. So as you can see, you have 2 cars on the bottom, 3 cars on the high side as Valenstein tries to go down low and basically almost door slams the 40 of Nini, or Nini rather. But you got 2x2, and then you have a lone soul there in the back just saying, hey guys, y'all can hit each other, y'all can slam the wall. I'm just gonna sit back here and ride. I'm not gonna get in the middle of this, so y'all settle it among yourselves. So yeah, look at that. A lot of battling going on between these 5 drivers, and they're battling for 7th place, 6th and 7th place.
They are battling hard for the tail end of the field, but
whoa! Didn't mean to yell, but Brandon Barrier definitely got into the back of Feeney right there. Didn't go around, but he definitely interfered with Feeney's line.
Looks like, except for that battle, they're beginning to separate a bit, find their own way, find their own line. Except for that 73 of Feeney and the 58 of Barrier, they're side by side. Looks sometimes like a super speedway event here with these guys.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon Barriers, wow, completely just door slammed the 99, or my bad, the 88, or the 89. Wow, gosh, I can't tell these numbers. And I heard some chatter over the radio. That 89 did not like that check at all.
He moved him all the way up the racetrack.
Yeah, very uncalled for. Let's see if the 89 does a little bit of a crossover here. He, in fact, does. And you're going to see a little bit of retaliation there from the 89.
Gets back.
They're wrecking. Yep, they're wrecking. Oh, big wreck on the back. You have cars slamming each other. No caution as of yet. Everybody's kept it clean. You got the 89 on the track. Wow, so that was a little bit of retaliation, Rick, that I think a little bit of tempers boiling over there. We're going to have to go, and I think we should watch this all the way from when that 58 got into the 89.
All right, let's go back and see where we're at here.
Yep. Yeah, this looks like when they were coming back. I think we need to go a little bit further back there, Rick. And also, I just got word that the 9 got hit so hard, his wheel came off his desk.
Okay.
So I've never been a victim of that, but that is very unfortunate there. Hopefully he's able to continue. But let's keep on going back, Rick. I think this happened in turn 3 and turn 4. So we may need to get this on back going to see exactly what happened between these drivers here.
There's a little bit of contact there. There's that. Maybe that's the contact that initiated all this.
Yeah, let's see. Let's run it. So you're riding along with Brandon Barrier there. You got the 9 down low. You have the 89 coming down.
89 came down and held it. You can see Brandon Barrier. You can see the seam. He's beginning to ride up the seam, kind of forcing the 89 up, forcing him up high. Contact.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the 89, that's all you can do. You can only, go back up there. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see this 89 come back down into the 58.
A little bit of contact there. Of course, the 89 was up in the marbles for a while there.
That is true. And then you're going to see the 58 come down and tag the 9, I believe. Or
no,
9.
Not yet.
Good awareness. Good awareness there by the number 9, avoiding the 58 coming down the track. And, let's keep on watching this and see exactly what unfolds. Because that 89, I heard over the radio, was not happy at all. So 58 drifts up the track, 89 pulls the slide job, and then kind of does exactly what the 58 did to him.
Yeah, he gave it back. Of course, that unsettled the 58 a good bit, and now he came down and corrected.
And that then 58 stayed up, and here comes the 89 back on the track. 9 has nowhere to go. They both slammed the wall. Here comes the 58 trying to avoid those guys. He slams the wall. So his toe in the front is completely completely broken. And Rick, I think you got a little bit of airtime. Let's watch this 58 as he hits the grass. 58 took flight. Back-to-back broadcasts where cars are in the air.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
There he is. He that number 58 of Brandon Barrier there took a little bit of a ride. So if you were watching last night, you saw a car basically do a barrel roll off of some water barrels, which we are very familiar with people hitting water barrels. And looking at this, let's go on board with the 58, see what he saw. Once he hit that grass, you saw him take off like a ramp. So that 58 definitely going to have some splitter damage, going to have some toe-in damage on the left and the right side, maybe some left rear rubs as well. So a lot of damage being thrown around here. But Rick, it looks like they are double file and we're getting back to go to a restart.
All right, we are coming to the end of this caution. Everybody pitted on that. We'll update you with pit times.
Absolutely, and let's keep in mind, Rick, that restart zone is in effect. So Christopher Howell does have control, and he is off green flag racing again here in the Auto Club 160.
All right, Christopher Howell has moved out to, he got a great start, and he has moved out to front. Oh, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, you have the 5 pushing the 81 of Harley Barletta there. 5 is all over the bumper of the Harley Barletta machine, and he's going to go to the bottom side going into turn 3 and turn 4. 5 has the run, and he has help behind him. Let's see if the 5 can make that pass on Harley there as Christopher Howell leads it around again. And Rick, let's keep in mind these drivers pitted on lap 21. So with some math going on, it looks like they're going to have to pit another 2 times. Feeney is up in the wall.
Yeah, the 5 has had no help in trying to get around and get up under, and he has had to drift back a bit, and he's relegated to the 4th position. You've got Christopher Howell up front, John Ledger in P2, Harley Barletta in P3, Michael Carpenter in 4th, Travis Mergard in 5th, and Mark Feeney in 6th.
And the battle is on right now for that 4th position. You have Michael Carpenter and Travis Mergard racing side by side as a Travis definitely takes that position.
Well, all these guys are back on fresh tires at lap 21.
I believe it was lap 21, Rick, if I...
No, you are correct. It was lap 21.
Yep, lap 21. So that means if you're going to go the maximum fuel capacity on this race, and before I say that, it looks like you got a pass for the lead. You have the number 19 possibly making a pass on Howell there. Ledger wants this lead, and they're battling side by side going into turn 1. That high side does work, Rick, I have to attest. I have done it myself, and we'll see if that 19 can get a run off this corner and snatch the lead away from your main leader tonight, Christopher Howell.
He has certainly moved up with a little bit of help from Harley Barletta behind him, and he has taken over the lead.
Yes, he has. He shut the door on the 50, or on the 88 rather, and was like, see ya, I'm going to go to the front and lead now. So your new leader in the Auto Club 160 is John Ledger in that number 19 machine. So he's running a great race so far, but don't look too far back. You got 5 hungry drivers, and 1 going to the inside line, 2 going to the inside line, 3 going to the inside line, everybody going to the inside, but Carpenter stays up high. So we'll see how this affects the 19's momentum as Christopher Howell does take the lead. We have a 3-wide battle, though, in the back of the pack, and we have cars beating and banging, Rick.
All over the track.
All the way in the back. We have 3 wide going on in the back. Got 2 by 2 going on in the front. I can't even keep track of all this.
Yeah, I don't want to lose track of our leaders because the competition is as tight at the front as it is in the back.
Oh, we have a wreck in the back. Off of 4. Big wreck off of 4. And I watched that one live, Rick. 58 came down. 58 came down on the number his arch nemesis. Oh, and there's the car that he hit. It was Paul Valenstein. 58 came down and tagged Paul in the right rear, and that upset the entire field.
Let's go back and see what we see.
Here they are battling 3 wide. You have Feeney up top. You have Barrier in the middle. You have Valenstein in the bottom, holding it pretty steady right now.
Oh gosh! All right, let's try to get a shot from the rear. Let's back that up.
Yeah, let's see kind of what happened here. I mean, I don't know if it was a product of the 89 riding up or the 58 going down. But it was definitely contact between those 2 cars.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that, you've got 3 cars running side by side, that 20 car in front of Noah Ritter, and I think he kind of stalls a bit coming off, and there's a run with the 58, and it just kind of, well, let's let it play out. So the 58, so the 89 comes right up.
Yeah, that is true. The 89 does come up, and unfortunate there for the 20. The 20 had nowhere to go. Everybody was just in a very unfortunate position there. They were all within basically a quarter panel of each other, and that was the unfortunate situation. Let's take a look back and let's ride on board with Jeff Nani, because he was at the back of all this, and he slid through the grass, but he did have the bird's eye view of everything that was happening. He was just sitting right back there, really had nowhere to go. So let's ride on board there with the number 40 machine of Jeff Nani.
Oh yeah. Well, he definitely got tagged a little bit, but
he's been a lawnmower, Rick. Jeff the lawnmower right there. So good. I mean, he did get some damage, but good job keeping it off the inside wall, because that thing was making a dart towards that pit road wall. So great job there by the 40, avoiding more damage than he possibly could have gotten in that wreck. So shout out to Jeff. And Rick, it looks like we just got lights out on the pace car, and we will be going green this next time by.
All right, let's head back live, and we'll go back to our well, we spent an exorbitant amount of time dissecting those 2 incidents, but it looks like there was certainly some contact that was unfortunately instigated by the 89 as he drifted up into the 58, but that could have been some I'm not gonna say it was retaliation, but certainly they've been swapping paint all race.
Yeah, to say the least. Swapping paint is a good way to put it, Rick. I like that. So as you have it right now, you have lap 31 out of 80 complete here tonight, almost halfway. And Rick, give me a little bit of a rundown. Did we have any pit stops that last time?
We did. We had a significant. All the leaders pretty much came in on, and interestingly enough, you're seeing the 73 and the 89 did not go in, and the 89 has that significant front end damage, and he is in P2 coming to the flag.
Alrighty. Did they pit on lap 29 or lap 30?
They did, lap 29. So everybody pitted on lap 29 with the exception of P1 and P2.
Alrighty, well, we'll see how this affects the restart. You got fresh tires behind old tires, I believe, and you have Mark Feeney in the lead. He is off and away. We are wrecking again.
That was not... yeah.
I think that was a little bit of a product of some tire
frustration.
spin.
You think? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that may have been driver anger. Okay, let's go back and look at that again. Could we not?
Yeah, I'm listening to the radio right now, and I think you're right. right on par there, Rick. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, let's go inside with Paul Wallenstein.
It goes from bad to worse for the 89 machine, getting into the 88. Let's ride on board.
Yeah, I'm gonna show. Let's look at this if we could, because that is the 89 to his outside.
It does look like the wheel. Yeah, the wheel showing. You may have to go into the actual first person view and see what happened there, because that's not showing any.
Yeah, the wheel is not moving. That may just be a function of iRacing not showing us that.
It could be, but I'm going to go back on my side, Rick, because I do have capabilities to see on my end what happened there with that number 89 machine. So I'm going to go back and take a look in cockpit view and see. Oh, on the wrong driver. As you're looking on board right there with him.
They're in the restart zone. The 73 takes off. The 89 is, you can see, he is right between the seams, and he just turns down.
It does look like he's turning down. And Rick, I'm looking on my end too. I am not seeing any wheel turn out of that machine. Now, what I would like to go back and see, Rick, let's go back and see if we could take a look at the right front, because I believe the toe was broke on that 89 machine on the right front. I don't think that contact with Christopher Howell there was a product of that. If we could go back just a lip right there, let's see if we can go to the right front of that 89. I think that wheel was already wobbly after that last hit. I may be wrong, but I thought I caught it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, I'm not sure just if we've gotten exact. This is the best shot we have, unfortunately, at this time.
Yeah, let's just pay attention to the tire on the left side of your screen. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing is just wobbling all over the place. I don't know how he can keep his car straight.
Yeah, he's got some. That's the product of that damage earlier.
But it does look like he came right down and tagged that 88, and that involves John Ledger, another front runner tonight. Well, picking his rear end off the track.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It looks to be here, as he's under acceleration, the car just begins to drift left.
Yeah, he may just not have any steer in that, Rick, and it would make a lot of. I mean, it just kind of turns all of a sudden, kind of odd. But yeah, he definitely has some damage on the right front of that machine, and he is down on pit road getting that fixed. And looking back at the leaders, you have Mark Feeney actually leading this, and pace car lights are off there, Rick, so we should be going green this next time by.
Wow. So, interestingly enough, Mark Feeney still has not pitted from lap 21. So he is on older tires. Harley Barletta in the rest of the field is from 29. Michael Carpenter, Travis Burgard, and Christopher Howell all went in on lap 33 at this event and probably topped off with fuel.
33, so yep.
Yeah, their pit stops were 5 and 6 seconds.
So with my rough calculations there, they're going to pit on lap 61, and on lap 61 they should be good to go to the end. So pit stops definitely not becoming as big of a factor now due to some very quick cautions. You know, cautions do breed cautions here on iRacing and in racing in general. So as we see it now, next stop will be on lap probably 61 to 63, and then from there they should be able to make it to the end as we have had our third caution of the night, I believe, Rick.
You are correct. Yeah, this is I believe our third caution. Yep, and that's what the tower tells us. Third caution. Lights are off.
Third caution it is.
And we are back to green flag racing.
We should be, as Mark is the control car. The flagger is as the green flag racing here in the Auto Club 160 in the iRacing Warriors Motorsportz Cup Series, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. Mark Feeney's like, I'm not going to have any part of what's been going on in the back. I'm just going to try to make my way out there As you see multiple battles on the track, you have Jeff Neeney up there. You have the 5 of Carpenter. You have Ritter. So this field is completely shaken up because the favorites of this race have all been out. Unfortunate circumstances there for the 88. The 88's still back there, but he has some work to do.
He does. John Ledger, Paul Valentine, and Brandon Berrier are all sitting on pit road getting repairs made.
Looks like Carpenter is
just
coming
went
down
down
pit road. So I'm going to pay attention to him, see if that is a scheduled stop. Not really sure.
He had a screaming fast pit stop at last. He may have been caught speeding. I'm guessing if there's a... maybe serving a penalty.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Ricky. Is serving a penalty as we have a pass for the lead potentially. Harley Barletta is now trying to take the lead in tonight's Auto Club 160.
Well, it looks like Harley Barletta has moved into first place. He passes Mark Feeney for first. Jeff Nini is sitting back there in third. And Christopher Howell has made his way back up to fourth. Michael Carpenter's made his way off pit road.
Yep, and the battle is on right now between those 5 drivers right now. You have the 88 of Howell there putting a move on Jeff Neeney, going 189, 190 miles an hour going into turn 1. And you have a little slide job going on between the 88 and the 40 there. 40 has no room, no match for that number 88. That 88's now charging back up to the front here in tonight's Auto Club 160. So we will see how this race plays out as they are about to reach the halfway point in the Auto Club 160. So as they reach the halfway point, I am going to say, if you are watching this live on YouTube, make sure to like this video and to also subscribe so you don't miss any broadcasts that are coming up in the future on the IWM Broadcast Network. We are broadcasting the Speed Demon NSRL Grand National Series races on Tuesday nights, and we're also broadcasting this series every Wednesday night here on the IWM Broadcast Network. So thank you for joining us, and we appreciate your loyalty to the IWM Broadcast Network. Look like the 40's getting into the 73, a little bit tight. He's still there on his left rear quarter panel. Jeff backs it off. And he immediately, I can hear him right now over the radio, Rick. He immediately apologizes. That's just kind of the driver Jeff is. He's not going to go out there and wreck anybody intentionally. So completely by accident by the 40 car.
Well, they were definitely 3 wide for a second there. He backed out wisely. They were definitely battling for position. Christopher Howell has moved up into second. He has charged back and trying to run down Harley Barletta. They are currently separated by just under half a second.
Yep, just under a half a second. And you saw this a little bit earlier in the race, except flip-flopped, where Barletta was on the back door of that number 88 machine. And you have Murgard actually going around Mark Feeney there for P3 as Nani follows in his trail, trying to get some push. As you see that 81 just completely pulling almost like an IndyCar Indianapolis run there, trying to get every ounce of draft out of that 88's wake, or out of his wake rather, so the 88 does not catch up, because that 88 is on the prowl. Christopher Howell is on the prowl. I had to say that. I had to get that in there. Looking at tonight's race, let's give you a quick rundown of each individual driver here going on lap 42 to lap 43. So in P1, you have Harley Barletta there out of Rochester, New York, leading this race in that number 81 Camaro. In P2, you have the number 88 of Christopher Howell, one of the only Toyotas you're going to see on the field tonight, and he is out of Chesapeake, Virginia, right on the back doorsteps of that New York native there. In P3, you have the number 6, a very nice paint scheme there of Travis Mergard out of Independence, Kentucky. That is a Ford. You have Chevy, Toyota, Ford, 1, 2, 3 in this race right now. In fourth, in the number 40 there, you have Jeff Nini out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and that very famous Target 40, running nice there in P4. And rounding out your top 5, you have the 73 of Mark Feedy. You saw him leading a little bit out of Mansfield, Ohio, and looking for him to have a nice run there in that number 73 Camaro machine. Looking a little bit on back, Rick, it looks like our last car on the lead lap is a new face, is Noah Ritter in that black and red number 20. It's a little bit hard to see, but he's in that black and red number 20 Toyota Camry riding around in P6, tagged the wall a little bit, broadcaster's curse, and he tagged the wall there. And let's keep on making our way back through the field. You have Michael Carpenter in that of Greenville, Tennessee. Says 23 on the board, but he's driving the number 5 tonight in that University of Tennessee Camaro. Got to give a shout out to a fellow UT alum, Michael Carpenter. Hope he has a good run tonight. Hopefully able to get back on the lead lap.
All right, and behind Michael, you've got Brad Previtt in the number 9.
Yep, out of Tecumseh, Ontario. He was involved in that earlier. The inside of, I believe that is Mark Feeney right now. That is not for position because Previtt is 8 laps down. Braden Barrier still chugging along there in P9 after some unfortunate situations out of Eden, North Carolina in that W number 58 machine. Looking to possibly just get a top 10 tonight. He's 9 laps down. It's going to be hard to catch back up. And then your last car, my bad, second to last. No, this is the last car that is on the track. John Ledger out of Boston, Massachusetts, 10 laps down. Really unfortunate situation between him and those other drivers that happened earlier on the front stretch. So that is your field right now. That is your top 10. And don't look too far back, Rick, but that 88 car is making his way to the front of this field, and he may possibly be your leader again if he doesn't get passed by that 81 to the line, and he does. But that 88 is coming to the front, Rick.
He sure is. He's been a freight train, making his way back up to the field. So we're at lap 47 here at Auto Club in Fontana, California for the iRacing Warriors League's Cup Series. We've had a lot of battles, both at the front and at the back. We've had some incidents. We've had some interesting events here, but we continue to chew through our race, and we've had a number of lead changes, especially amongst these guys, swapping it back and forth between Harley Barletta and Christopher Howell.
Yeah, Rick, and they should be approaching the pit window in between 13 to 15 laps from now. Now, the last time I said that, they had a caution come out. So hopefully that does not happen again, but you are going to see green flag stops here in the next 13 to 15 laps.
So there is a little bit of off cycle here, John. The car in P1, Harley Barletta, and the P4 car of Jeff Nini pitted last on lap 29, whereas Christopher Howell and Travis Mergard pitted on lap 33. So
yeah, you're going to see multiple strategies here. Maybe some cars coming down within the next 10 laps, actually, because if they came down then, that means their window is 57 to 61, which should get them to the end of this race.
My guess is the only lead lap car I think that's going to be coming down first is probably going to be, if we stay green, Mark Feeney, because he last pitted on lap 21.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be coming down pit road very, very soon as these leaders start to check away from the rest of the field here tonight.
I mean, that puts Mark Feeney at around lap, but with 28 laps, of course, he probably had at least 4 or 5 of those laps under caution, so he's probably got a little bit of grace in the tank, but not much.
Not much at all. So we will see what happens here as we are approaching 30 laps to go in this 160-mile event. at Auto Club. And Angelin is back. How's it going, Angelin? Good to see you on for back-to-back broadcasts. So shout out to you again for watching us live on YouTube. So good to have her on board, always supporting us. And right now, Angelin, it looks like Harley Barletta has been taking control of this race. So we'll see if that continues as we are narrowing down the laps in this one with green flag stops happening in the next 6 to 10 laps for the majority of these drivers.
So we have Harley Barletta followed, well, not quite close behind. What's that gap, John?
Looks like it's about a half a second.
Half a second, yeah, about that.
About half a second.
Well, and right there, Christopher Howell and Travis Mergard, they are on the same pit strategy. So just to add a little wrinkle to this, Christopher Howell and Harley Barletta are all members of the Average Joe Motorsports team. So there's a little bit of teamwork potentially at play here as well. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yes, we will. As you're seeing a battle form now between the 6 and the 88. And they may be just trying to, that 6 may be trying to push the 88 closer to the 81. Or you may see that 88 trying to back up the 6. You never know, but the 6 is going to go low, try to go get past this 88 machine. Don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but he's going to try. So that's definitely going to pull out the lead for Barletta quite a bit.
Mark Feeney is on pit road.
Yep, and
we
there it is.
That.
Yep, there it is on cue. That was exactly, let's see, 23 laps. Rick, 22 laps right there for the number 73 of Mark Feeney.
Well, he actually last pitted on lap 21, so he really stretched out his fuel run.
And looking at Retro Wave Dave. What's going on, Dave? Yeah, it's been a pretty good race so far. And looks like we got some chat going on in the YouTube chat. Always good to have some good conversations going on between the viewers. So, yeah, Dave, yeah, Angelin, this race is narrowing down pretty quick. We had some, you missed some crazy battles and crazy incidents going on the track, Angelin, about 15 laps ago. But it's been a solid race so far for all these drivers as they are approaching 25 laps to go this time by with Harley Barletta, your leader, leading this 13 car field around Auto Club.
Yeah, a little bit of attrition with some earlier damage has sidelined some of these drivers, but for the most part, we've got nearly all 11 back on the track. So,
yes, they are. They are on the track for sure.
Well, especially when you're in a league like this, that every race, every position counts. Even if you got damage, and you can make it around, and you can make that position, you can get an extra point or two, and keep adding to your total. It all adds up in the end.
Yes, it does. It does add up, and that's why it's so
Christopher
important.
Howell now coming down pit road.
So yeah, Christopher Howell, exactly what I thought. Rick, about 56 to 57, that pit stop did play into a factor now. So he is banking. He can go another 24 laps. I think he can go another 24 laps on this tank of gas here. And I am going to pay very close attention to pit road entrance and see exactly who is going to be the next taker now for some green flag stops.
I'm expecting to see
It looks
Travis
like it may be the
Mergard.
leader. The leader is going to be, I thought the leader was going to make his way down pit road. But I was mistaken.
All right, that's, I see Jeff Nini is coming down.
Yep, he is on pit road now.
I expect that we will see The rest of the leaders come down in the lap or two. That's Christopher Howell coming off of pit road. The 40 car of Jeff Denis is on pit road now. And we'll keep our eye on these leaders. So the field will shuffle a bit as these expected green flag stops will occur. The key with the green flag stop is to not exceed that pit road entrance speed and to be as particular and as caution to the speed on pit road.
Yes, it is, and gotta just keep in mind that it is a pretty, I'm not gonna call it violent, but you have another car on pit road. You have Michael Carpenter coming down, Rick. As soon as I was saying that, Michael Carpenter is now on pit road.
And here we go. Here's your leader on pit road. Harley Barletta is now making his way onto pit road.
You had a little bit of a fast entrance there, Rick. I don't know if Harley got slowed down enough. To your point, Dave, you are correct. Pit road entrance is what kills pit stops. It is very hard to get slowed down. So you may have just predicted that there, Dave. So I'm gonna throw the blame on you there, buddy. Harley Barletta does in fact get a pit road speeding penalty. No, I'm just joking. But you were very correct. It's very hard to get woed down, especially coming off of turn 4 where you're losing grip constantly. You're really out of a loss for control almost, and you're just trying not to spin out and not speed and just try to get yourself back on the track. But as of right now, everybody should be good to go.
Travis Burgard's coming down. So no penalties, no penalties for Harley Barletta. He made it in. Travis Burgard is in, as well as the number 20 of Noah Ritter. That is Brad Previtt coming off.
That is true. And your leader will be Travis Murgard. He is the leader right now, depending on where Harley Barletta and Christopher Howell and Mark Feeney come around. Mark Feeney and Harley Barletta are now on the front stretch. There goes Christopher Howell. There comes the 6 of Travis Murgard off pit road. It looks like your new leader, after everything is all shuffled around, should be the 88 machine.
That's how we show it here in the scoring booth. Looks like the 88 of Christopher Howell will retake the lead with a significant delta between himself and the second place car of Barletta. So with 21 laps here to go, 20 laps at the stripe, you've got Christopher Howell in first place, followed by Harley Barletta, Mark Feeney. Travis Murgard is still on pit road. Did he come back in?
I wonder if he had a speeding penalty, Rick. I don't know. I'm going to look on board of Travis, see if he comes down, see what happens there. But he... Oh, we have a caution on the track. Caution on the track, Rick. It looks like somebody has spun out. It looks like it's Noah Ritter coming out of turn 2. Noah Ritter has wrecked coming out of turn 2.
Let's watch it here on the replay. Coming off pit road, very tricky. It happens. Looks like he lost control.
Oh, wow.
Man, the damage model is intense here now.
Yeah, that car was, I mean, basically, it's like the same thing that we saw last night, Rick, in the NSRL series. You just saw a car do a barrel roll off of a tire barrier. I mean, those cars just get so violent when they hit a wall, and that's where you see the car essentially just like launch into the air. But right now, that right front of the 20 car has completely broke. So that number 20 is going to be battling a terrible car all race. Look at that. Look at how high his car comes off the ground. And, Rick, it almost looked like he broke something. The way that car snapped around, it wasn't a gradual loose condition, that you typically see. But it was something that was very violent on the track. And right now he is trying to get that thing back to pit road because that right front toe link is completely broken in that number 20 machine.
Well, we are 18 laps to go here at Auto Club. We've got a couple takers on pit road. John Ledger and Paul Valenstein are on pit road now, probably getting some more additional repairs made to their vehicles. That caution was brought out by a spin off of pit road by Noah Ritter. And we are, with these last 18 laps to go, going to have a dogfight with Christopher Howell, Harley Barletta, Mark Feeney, and Jeff Needy. Michael Carpenter,
it's going to be a wild battle here to the end.
Michael Carpenter's made his way back up to, and he's the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, and he was 2 laps down that last time, that last caution. So shout out to Carpenter for getting back on the lead lap. Very difficult to do at a track like this. So Carpenter is back on the lead lap. And yep, Dave, you're right. That was a pretty violent wreck, and that's what this new damage model produces. It's one of the most realistic damage models on iRacing, especially with the toe links. They've done a great job at iRacing making this realistic and giving you exactly what would happen if you would have actually hit the wall going 180 miles an hour like that, or really like 130. But right now, it looks like you have cars on pit road. Noah Ritter is going to try to fix that toe link. I believe he still has a quick repair left. So he is making his way down pit road.
Yeah, we've got Noah Ritter, Brad Previtt, Brandon Beerier, and John Ledger all either coming on, coming off, or in pit road.
And it looks like lights are off on the pace car.
They are, with 17 laps to go. We'll be coming back to green at the next time by.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy race here at the end. But nobody's going. Lights are not off. Are they off?
They're off.
What is
They're
going
off.
on my end? They are off on. I don't know what happened. On my end, it looked like they turned back on. I was like, okay, Mr. Pace Car, stop playing with the field. We want to go back to green flag racing. Yep, Dave, you're right. New tires are slick for the first 2 or 3 laps until they get some heat in them. That is very noticeable, especially in these cars. The way these cars drive, you do not want to overdrive it on cold tires. You most definitely will spin it around if you do that. So let's see if these guys hopefully can keep these cars pointing in the right direction, and we'll have a incredible 15 to 16 lap shootout here towards the end in the Auto Club 160 in the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. So right now it looks like you have 5 cars on the lead lap. You have Howell, Barletta, Feeney, Nini, and Carpenter. They're all battling, and Howell is the control car. Once they hit that Geico restart zone, they are off, and it looks like they are off. We are green flag racing again in Fontana, and we are 3 wide for second place. Harley Barletta in the middle, Mark Feeney down low, Jeff Nini up high, and watch out.
We're
going 3 wide. Got a lot of battling going on back. You have Michael Carpenter going to the outside of the number 9 there. 9 gets loose. 9's on the bottom of the track. You got another 3 wide battle there with Valentine on the bottom, almost going 4 wide. You have the knee sliding up. Here comes Michael Carpenter. A charge on the outside of Paul Valenstein. And he is now up to P4.
"15 laps to go, and the battles continue."
At 15 laps to go, you have the number 19 of John Ledger all the way on the high side, trying to make some time back. 9 laps down. Don't think he can do anything with 15 to go.
Oh.
But Valenstein is now blocking the high line. for that 89. Valentine gets bumped by the 19 going into turn 3. And here comes the 19 back on the outside lane.
They are together again.
Yeah, you have a lot of contact between these drivers here tonight. As Valentine goes to the outside of the number 40 machine, as they are now close to 3 wide. Carpenter slides up.
4 wide for a second there.
Yeah, we were four wide for a second, and that's not where you want to be going 4 wide on this track. So looking at this now, that number 19 is not battling for position. You have to remember that. He is not battling for position, but who is battling for position is the number 40 and the number 5 of Jeff Denis and Michael Carpenter. So they both are battling for position as we get 13 to go with Christopher Howell leading it around.
We don't want to lose sight of the leaders. There's a battle with a half a second delta between first and second, Howell over Barletta. But what's happening back here for P3 is tight.
Yeah, you have cars that are a lap down, all battling there for bragging rights, as we have some clouds now forming over the racetrack. Just got very dark. That's going to change how this race plays out because these cars have been exposed to the sun, and here comes the sun again. Quote from the Beatles. So looking on board now, we have a nice warm racetrack again with that sun hitting us. But battles all over the track right now between all of these cars, lap down, 8 laps down, 9 laps down, some that are just on the lead lap. But Rick, let's go up to the front. That Harley Barletta machine is catching the number 88 of Christopher Howell there.
He sure is. He's closed that gap. He's cut it in half, and he's now just a couple car lengths behind Christopher Howell.
Yes, he is. As they come off the corner, you see that number 81 go really high, sliding around, coming to 11 to go. Christopher Howell is still your leader here tonight, but that lead is shrinking and shrinking fast. As the number 81 is going to try the high line, thinks twice, goes to the bottom, tries to do a crossover move. Still on the back bumper of that number 88 machine as they are coming into turn 3.
This is setting up to be a pretty intense battle with 10 laps to go.
And you got to keep in mind that number 19 is not racing for position. So he is not in this race. I mean, he's in this race, but he's not in this race, if you know what I mean. So he is not going to affect the finishing order of the first and second place driver unless he gets in the way. So right now you have Harley Barletta now going to go to the inside of the slips up, side by side racing for the lead. Going into turn 3, coming to 9 to go. 9 laps to go this time by. And Harley Barletta is there. Not quite. Not quite. But that 88 is going to get a push from the number 19, which is going to excel him probably to the lead here going into turn 1 just by a nose.
It's an interesting comment, John. Those two top drivers and the 19 of Ledger, those are all teammates.
Yes, they are all teammates, and the 81 was going to chop the nose of the 88 there, but that 88 is still there as we are now going to approach 8 laps to go this next time by. You know, if I was the 19, I'd be like, hey, guys, y'all can settle this yourselves. I'm not going to mind. Oh, 81 is getting up just a little bit, pushing him up the racetrack. And that 19 is definitely going to give the 88 a big push, as the 19 may even squeak his way by.
A little bit of contact there, I thought. It was close.
It was very, very close. 8 laps to go in tonight's 160-mile event, with Christopher Howell in the lead, Harley Barletta in second, Michael Carpenter in third, Jeff Nini in fourth, and Mark Feeney rounding out your
top 5, your only cars on the lead lap tonight.
All right, this race is winding down, and we've got the drivers from Average Joe Motorsports 1 and 2.
Yep, they are not so average tonight. They are at the top of the board, so they are above Average Joe Motorsports. As they are now running 1-2, and they're going to put on a heck of a show as Harley Barletta is now going to go to the bottom side again on his teammate. See if this is going to work this time by. He's going to have the run. What does he do? Does he push up the 88? 88 still right there on his right rear quarter panel. Still not clear. The 88 is, yep, 81 did it. 81 is now around the 88 machine, but don't look too far back. That 88 got the side draft. And now door-to-door going into turn 1.
What a great battle here at the front with 6 laps to go. Oh, it looks like he made the 88 back off a little bit. You know, at some point, those tires that they got back on lap 55 and 58 for Barletta, so that's an interesting fact. Barletta he's got 3 or 4 fewer laps on his tires than the rest of than Christopher Howell, but still, those tires are from lap 55.
Yes, they are. As we are now 5 laps to go in this 80-lap event tonight. And if you're watching, don't get out of your seat or turn off your phone or your computer, because this race is about to get good between the 81 and the 88 of Barletta and Howell now. They're up to about a 3-second gap compared to the third-place driver of Michael Carpenter. So the race right now is between that 81 and the 88, with the 81 slowly pulling away on Christopher Howell. Coming to 4 to go, 19 does tag the wall.
Yep, I saw the, I think the 19, the 89 that's back there as well also may have brushed the wall. P3 is running all by himself. He's got a pretty significant gap over P4 of Jeff Needy. And obviously a significant gap between himself and the 5th place car of Feeney, nearly 10 seconds.
And we are coming to 3 to go, this time by 3 laps to go. Barletta is your leader, with Howell in 2nd, Carpenter in 3rd, Nini in 4th. And round out your top 5, you have the number 73 of Mark Feeney.
Our 6th place driver is Travis Burgard. 7th place is the number 9 car of Previtt. The 8th position is the 58 of Barrier. The 9th is the 19 of Ledger, which you saw running up there with the leaders for a bit. And 10th is the 89 of Paul Valentine.
Yep, we are 2 to go, Rick.
Yep, 2 to go. I was going to say the 11th place car of Noah Ritter. He's on pit road, and that rounds out our field.
Yes, it does. And that 19 car is blinking severely right now.
Yeah.
Gone for almost a complete corner there. Hope that doesn't affect the end of this race, because he is just popping up all over the place, which is not what you want to see if you're the 88 machine. You don't want to have to worry about a car blinking.
It looked like he just popped up inside the 88 car, but we'll see how it goes with coming up to a final lap. Oh, there he was, and now he's gone.
1 lap to go in the Auto Club 160 in the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series. Harley Barletta is your leader, leading them around turn 1 and turn 2. Let's see if the 88 has anything left in that car to possibly make his way around that number 81 machine. I don't think he'll have anything for him, Rick. He's too far back now.
Yeah, too far.
And same thing for Carpenter. Carpenter is basically secured himself a P3. Same thing with Nini, and same thing with Feeney. So, Harley Barletta, one more time, making his way around turn 3 and turn 4, driving nice and smooth, driving that number 81 to a victory here tonight. Harley Barletta is your winner in the Auto Club 160.
All right, congratulations to Harley Barletta. Christopher Howell takes second. Michael Carpenter third. Jeff Nini in fourth. Mark Feeney in fifth. Travis Burgard in sixth. Brad Pevitt in seventh. Brandon Beerier in eighth. John Ledger in ninth. And Paul Valenstein in 10th. Oh.
He's being a lawnmower again. So
well, he's celebrating his victory lap for his his win for sure. So
yes, he is. Yes, he is. So if you are still watching with us, we thank you very much, and make sure to stick around for post-race interviews with third, second, and first, your winner here tonight in the number 81 Harley Barletta. So don't miss a thing. We are going to look on and see how this number 81 celebrates tonight. Yep, go ahead, burn it down there, Harley, in Harley colors. So, Harley did a great job tonight. He was able to outrun the very powerful Chris Howell. Not easy to do, and he was able to do it.
All right, let's see if we can get our third place finisher, Michael Carpenter, in the booth. Michael Carpenter.
Hey, bud, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your P3.
Yeah, that was an eventful P3.
Yeah, you came all the way from 13th to finish in third after a lot of chaos on the track from what we saw up above. Give us a rundown of your race and how you were able to make it all the way from 13th to third.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good car early on and made a lot of passes and things like that, and then the chaos ensued. I think I got up to fourth when the really big wreck happened with Paul and everybody else. And then something weird happened on that caution. It black flagged me for, it says I passed on the inside, but there was nobody around me. I don't know. So I had to fight back from a lap down, get the lucky dog, and race back up to third.
Well, we were speculating what may have happened. We thought that based on the time you spent on pit road that they did tag you for something. We were not clear what it was. From your perspective, I know you were back there for a while having to race your way back through those guys. There was certainly some chaos happening at the back of the field.
Oh, it was definitely chaos back through there. It was 3 and 4 wide about all the way through there. It was all I could do to get through it. Once I got through all that, I charged forward, but it was tough to get through that mess.
Well, congratulations on your P3 finish, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
That's Michael Carpenter, our third place finisher. Yep. And we'll see if we can
Let's
grab
bring in our P2.
Christopher Howell.
Yep, Christopher Howell.
Chris Howell, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Hey, how's it going, Rick, John?
We're doing great.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, you had a pretty tight battle with Harley Barletta all race long. It looked like both of your cars were running very similarly, except unfortunately Harley was able to pull away on the long run. So give us a rundown of your race, kind of what happened there in the middle of the race. I brought you all the way back, but you were able to finish up in P2.
Yeah, so the first end of the race, Harley was just riding. He told me straight up that he wasn't that fast, and he was just trying to figure it out. And sure enough, he rode behind me long enough, he figured it out. And that last run, he had a little bit fresher tire. I was banking on the short pit and going green to the end, and unfortunately, caution came out. So,
well, we definitely saw a little bit of. We couldn't quite figure it out from the broadcast booth. I know that on that last major restart, we saw you had some contact with Paul Valenstein, and we're trying to figure out exactly what had happened there. It looked like, and Paul did not get his car repaired from the last bit of damage he had. But it looked like he drifted down and turned into your side.
yeah, I really don't want to speak to that too much, except for, I'm surprised iRacing allowed that. Meaning, if he had that much damage, he should have had a meatball, and he should have went and got it fixed.
Well, I think we were speculating the same thing. We were able to take a look at that car and the damage that we saw on that right side, and I don't frankly know what was holding that right front tire on. It was pretty wobbly at that point. But yeah, you're correct. We thought he should have gotten pulled in for some mandatory repairs. But we're glad you persevered. It was a good battle with the Average Joe Motorsports guys, and it was a great way for you guys to finish.
Yeah, I kind of wish John could have been up there. Unfortunately, he got caught up in that wreck, and I think he got some incidental contact earlier in the race when he went on pit stop. He forgot to uncheck his fast repairs. So
that
but
explains
it was a good
lot.
race, man. I just wish we could have just battled it out and not had that, at least that two restart. One was a restart caution, and the other one was just a caution at the end there. But it was still a good race. It was fun battling Harley for sure.
It was fun to watch. We appreciate you, and congratulations on your P2 finish.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, have a good night.
All right,
Alrighty,
that is your P2 finisher. Let's bring the winner of this event into the broadcast booth. Harley, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Going great.
Yeah, you had a great run all night long. We just spoke with Chris there. He finished in P2. He said that you were not really, too sure if you were confident in your car. You were just trying to figure some things out, not pushing it too hard. But lo and behold, you came out victorious on that one. So give us a rundown of your race and how you were able to win it at the end.
Well, keep it up with Chris there and just riding around behind him for a little while, kind of learn the track, because I'm not good at these cars, in any means. I don't run them very much. It's probably the 6th or 7th race I run with these cars, and I expected the top line to prevail, and it was actually the bottom, so it took a while to learn that from him.
Well, you sure figured it out. You're a quick learner of how to get around this track with this car, so it definitely showed. There was a lot of beating and banging, more so on the. I would expect to see this on a short track. I was surprised what we saw here, not only in the back, but we saw it up front. It was a pretty intense racing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of 3-wide, a lot of 2-wide, a lot of people exchanging back and forth. It was, how could I say this any better? Fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's great. So, again, congratulations on your win. Any shout-outs that you'd like to throw out there?
I want to thank Hot Copy Culture. It's a sponsor on the car here. I want to thank Elliot and all the other guys in this group. It's a pretty good group. Really fun. A lot of clean racing, a lot of green flag racing, too.
Oh, it's been fun
Also want to thank you guys, too. Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Well, it's been a lot of fun watching you drive here, and again, congratulations on your success.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right.
Alrighty, that is your winner tonight, Harley Barletta, driving it around and learning the track on the fly as he was able to win tonight in the Auto Club 160. But well, Rick, that kind of wraps it up for the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series here tonight at Auto Club. And a very eventful race. A lot of beating and banging and some good battles all throughout the track. So if that is something that interests you, make sure to like this video, like this broadcast, and also to subscribe to the IWM Broadcast Network, because we have more racing going on every single week with the NSRL Series in their Grand National League on Tuesday nights, and our very own iRacing Warriors Motorsports Cup Series Wednesday nights here on the IWM Broadcast Network. So, Rick, what an eventful race, I got to say.
It certainly was. I wasn't expecting such a polarizing broadcast. How about that? This race was at the front and at the back end. There was a lot of drama happening, but some great racing and tight racing amongst our winner and our top 5 racers.
Yes, it was. And so make sure, again, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. because this is the IWM Broadcast Network where Warriors race. So from John and Rick in the broadcast booth, we will see you next time.
All right. Have a great night.